things happen, but spiritual breakthrough, at least the kind that is sustainable, the kind that you can carry with you for the rest of your life, most often isn't a result of something calendared on the church calendar. It's not just a revival, on the calendar. It's not just a church camp. It's not some catalytic event. Most often, the kinds of breakthrough that we want spiritually that can build on one another over and over again are the result of intentional discipline that we weave into our life, that we do over and over and over again, which it takes us to another level, which takes us to another level, which takes us to another level, until eventually we stand there 20 years later and look back at the horizon of our spiritual experience from a place of maturity. And if you were going to ask us, what is the secret to your success? You would say, well, I don't know. I just kind of walked with God sequentially throughout my life with these certain disciplines in my life, and as a result, I have experienced this maturity. And if you think about this, it's not just spiritually that's true. Think about the marriages that you envy. The people in your life you thought, man, I wish I could get my wife to, not look like his wife, but act like her wife. Maybe look like her wife, I don't know. How do you get your marriage so, where you like each other all the time and you're not backbiting and you don't ever talk bad about your spouse? And, it's just the marriage everyone envies. If they were going to give you their secret, they probably wouldn't point to some marriage conference. They wouldn't point to some catalytic event. They wouldn't point to a book. They would probably tell you that it was a lifetime of doing the hard things, of weaving relational disciplines into our life and building on those disciplines day after day after day. And then you go to one level and go to the next level and the next level until eventually you have this relational fortress that isn't affected by many of the other things that affect normal relationships. And the only reason that it took place is because you did the hard things over and over and over again. Same thing with child rearing, raising kids. They probably wouldn't point to a marriage conference. They'd say, I just disciplined my children. I disciplined myself to discipline my children in a certain way. I did it consistently, even when it wasn't easy, and this is the end product. So if it's true in relationships like marriage, child rearing, if it's true corporately in your personal careers, no one's an overnight success, except for musicians, and usually then they're only one-hit wonders for a little while and they die off. If it's true in all of those areas of life, then why would it not be true in our spiritual life? It's absolutely true that if you want to deepen in your spiritual maturity, it looks a lot like spiritual disciplines practiced over a long period of time. Revivals are great, church camps are great, catalytic events are great, but those disciplines are better. They're more consistent. They build on one another. And maybe the discipline that is most central is this discipline of breakthrough prayer. And I'll just